Hey everyone, welcome back to a North Texas Weather Center forecast, and today what we're looking at is the potential for some severe storms tonight across portions of North Texas, and obviously this is a pretty interesting event that we're going to see tonight. Large hail, damaging winds, and a potential for a tornado does exist. Not everybody's going to see storms, luckily, but we will have a chance for that. I'm going to show you everything that you need to know in this forecast, and also a very brief look ahead to next Monday, or this upcoming Monday, with a very likely chance, it looks like, of maybe a severe weather outbreak here in North Texas. And that'll be something to really watch very closely over the next several days as we get closer. Any after plans on Monday, you should definitely reconsider changing them to another day, and I'll show you more on that in just a moment. But let's take a look at what we're looking at today. So temperatures this afternoon by about 3-4 o'clock, a lot of us will get into the low to mid 80s back out to the west. This will help to start to weaken a strong cap that is over DFW and allow for some showers and storms to develop later this evening. You can see in DFW more like the mid to upper 70s. It's not going to nearly be as warm, which may keep the cap just strong enough to prevent most of the storms to impact our area. Heading over to the dew points, this is obviously something to look at. We're not actually that humid right around 3 o'clock this afternoon. Dew points are only going to be in the 50s, but you can see they will really start to rise this evening. You can really very clearly see that we're going to see dew points go into the low to mid 60s this evening after the sun sets, which will obviously help to potentially bring some severe weather to our region, at least some thunderstorms, and eventually we will dry out overnight, and you'd see dew points by tomorrow morning. By the time you wake up, it will feel dry as a bone. We're going to be in the 30s for dew points, so it'll be much drier for Friday, and most of this weekend as well will probably stay fairly dry. Taking a look at the future radar, a brief shower, brief area of drizzle cannot be ruled out over the next few hours. No severe weather, though, is expected over the next few hours. Closer to about 6 o'clock, you can start to see some showers and storms start to develop. Closer to the Red River Valley, large hail will be our main threat. Damaging winds cannot be ruled out. Isolated tornado is also a possibility along the Red River, and any counties bordering the Red River here in Texas could maybe see a brief and weak tornado. By 7-8 o'clock, you can see the storms really peak right around 7-8 o'clock. These storms could potentially hit DFW. It's still, there's a chance. It's not nearly as high, though, as maybe it once was before. It's still about a 30% chance or so that you might see a storm here in any of the 4 counties in the DFW Metroplex. I would expect the best chance to be in Denton County, though, and you can see maybe some showers and storms back out to our east near Tyler and out closer to the border of Louisiana and Texas, and as well as Arkansas, and eventually by 10 o'clock, most of these storms move out to our east, and we should dry out no later than midnight, so we should be fairly dry after midnight. Let's take a look at the severe weather potential for today. I didn't really show you this yet, but we are under a slight risk for northern DFW, Denton County, Collin County, and parts of Dallas County are also included in that. Cook County is also included. Basically anywhere northeastern North Texas is included in this threat. Northeastern Texas, portions of Oklahoma, also in that slight risk of severe weather. Hail, again, is the main threat, and you can see this hatched area here is really where the worst of this hail threat will exist, and that does include Denton County, for the potential for hail up to the size of tennis balls, and that would again be primarily along and north of the Red River Valley. However, it is a possibility that maybe some sort of hail 2 inches in diameter or greater could occur in this little hatched area here in North Texas, and it's only including a few counties, but again, it's a possibility. I would not be shocked if this happens, but I would also not be surprised if it doesn't happen. Just keep that in mind and make sure you take the proper precautions tonight, just in case there's some large hail. Tornado threat is only really for bordering counties of the Red River, as I said before, so Gainesville, Bonham is also included in that, and as well as Grayson County, so Sherman, and maybe northeastern Montague County would also be included in that. Taking a look at the winds and damaging wind outlook for tonight, 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts could be possible out of a few thunderstorms, primarily again north of Denton. It looks like really along the Red River and to the north will be our largest threat for tonight. Now let's go and take a look at that severe weather potential for Monday. This is going to most likely be a severe weather outbreak. At this point, we've seen very consistent with the computer models that we very well could see significant shear. We could very well see a lot of lift, which would help to bring not just widespread storms, but also the potential for a severe weather outbreak. And this will be something to really watch during the weekend. Make sure you stay updated here with North Texas Weather Center. We'll be keeping you updated here on our Facebook and as well as our YouTube pages with the latest information for you. But you can see there's an enhanced risk already for portions just south of I-20 here in DFW. So this actually does include the very southeastern portion of Dallas County, but not to get too specific, but at this point, that's where the enhanced risk is. This very well could get an upgrade to a moderate risk at some point down the road. I'm not ruling that out, but at this point, that's what we're looking at. A slight risk does include all of DFW, and it does include many counties in eastern and southern portions of North Texas as well, and it also goes as far west as Wise and Parker County. So those areas are included in a slight risk. And again, this is the worst area I expect the severe weather to be, is right here, and I think a very not maybe very high tornado threat, but there will definitely be at least a moderate tornado threat for that area, which means pretty much in the middle scale there. All right, let's take a look at the future radar going into Monday. So we'll stay dry Sunday, so beautiful weekend ahead. Again, going into Monday, you might see a few isolated showers during the morning. Storms may erupt as early as 10 in the morning, and eventually by 1 o'clock, showers and storms will fill in across the area. 4 o'clock, 7 o'clock, storms move through the DFW Metroplex again, and then eventually 10, 1 in the morning, more severe storms possible down to our south and east, and eventually this will eventually move out to our east, and we should dry out for most of Tuesday. There might be an isolated shower Tuesday, but I would expect us to mainly stay dry. Cold front will not even move through until Wednesday, Tuesday. It will not move through until Tuesday, and eventually on Wednesday we'll have that cool down really be felt across our area, because our latest 7-day forecast, if you want to take a look at it, we're going to look pretty nice over the next few days. I'll be honest with you. The weekend looks beautiful. 70s for highs. Eventually by Monday, upper 60s for highs because of the cloud cover and the showers and storms expected. 90% chance of storms, by the way. It's a really high chance for this time of the year. Going to Tuesday, temperatures will still be in the mid-70s, but the cold front will not arrive until late Tuesday, which will eventually trigger our temperatures back down into the 50s for highs going into Wednesday. This forecast is brought to you by Platinum Contracting, Birdies Pro Turf, and THD Vehicle Doorstep.